Let's delve into the profound lesson Jesus teaches us in John chapter 12, verse 23, where we read, Jesus replied, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified." Here, Jesus speaks of his glorification, an event that would encompass his death, resurrection, and ascension. Remarkably, he focuses on the glory rather than the impending betrayal, arrest, trial, torture, and crucifixion. This moment offers us a powerful example of how we can face our own trials. First, let's consider why Jesus focused on glory. Despite knowing the excruciating pain and betrayal ahead, Jesus chose to see beyond the immediate suffering to the ultimate purpose and victory. His glorification wasn't just about personal honor, it was about the redemption of humanity, the defeat of death, and the establishment of his kingdom. This perspective teaches us to see beyond our circumstances. Like Jesus, we are called to look beyond our current struggles to the eternal perspective. Our trials, no matter how severe, are temporary in light of the eternal glory that awaits. We also learn that there is purpose in suffering. Every hardship has a purpose when seen through the lens of God's plan. Jesus' suffering was not pointless, it was redemptive. In our lives, our pain can serve a higher purpose if we allow it. Jesus provided the example of trusting in the divine plan. Jesus knew his Father's plan and trusted in it completely. We can learn to trust God's plan for us, even when it leads through valleys of shadow. From Jesus' example, we can learn to embrace humility and sacrifice. Jesus' own path to being glorified involved humility and sacrifice. We, too, are often called to humble ourselves, to serve, and perhaps even to suffer for a greater good. Because of Jesus, we have hope in a resurrection. Just as Jesus looked forward to his resurrection, we can hold on to the hope of our own spiritual resurrection and actual physical resurrection, a new life, a renewal in Christ, where suffering gives way to joy and peace. Let's apply these lessons in our own lives, in our own daily walk, in the way we witness of Christ, and in the way we worship. When facing personal or communal difficulties, remind yourself of the bigger picture. Ask, what is God teaching me through this? How can this be part of his glory? Our response to suffering can be a powerful testimony. When others see us facing trials with hope or even joy, it points them to the reality of a living, loving God. Let's worship not only in times of blessing, but also in the midst of trials, knowing that our worship can be an act of faith in God's goodness and sovereignty. I pray that God will help us look beyond our present sufferings to the glory that awaits. Help us to live with this eternal perspective, trusting in his plan, embracing the lessons in our trials, and glorifying God in all circumstances. May we find joy in the journey, knowing that through our trials, God's glory is revealed. I pray that we believers will adopt Jesus' perspective on suffering and glory, and see our own life's challenges as opportunities for divine purpose and eternal glory.